Welcome to Horror Fixins.
Freaky, a horror comedy produced by Blumhouse and written and directed by Christopher Landon. He also directed Happy Death Day, and if you've seen Happy Death Day 1 and 2, this will feel familiar. He also wrote four installments of the Paranormal Activity movies, 3, 4, 5, and then the upcoming 6th movie that's going to be released on the 29th of October. It's a body swapping movie. So if you've seen Freaky Friday, it's kind of like Freaky Friday except for with murder. You have this middle-aged serial killer who stabs this teenage girl with his magic dagger. They end up swapping bodies and they have 24 hours to fix it. Now, I remember seeing this trailer and thinking to myself, I'm good. I had zero interest in watching this movie. And the other day, I was hanging out and I just happened to come across it on HBO Max. Decided to give it a try, and I actually had a lot of fun watching this movie. You got Vince Vaughn, a 6'4" man who now has the mindset of a 16-year-old girl, high school girl, and just watching him run, the way he talked, the way he trying to convince his friends and family that he's really a girl trapped in the man's body it was hilarious. Now you have Catherine as the butcher. And she's like real brooding and dark and menacing. And she doesn't really talk a lot. But listen, she does not disappoint with the murders. Because this movie has some gore and it's great. There's nothing scary about it, but the kills are all satisfying. Then you have Millie's friends, Nyla and Josh. They're great supporting characters. They're both hilarious. And every time they're on the screen, there's more laughs to be had. As far as the other characters go, there weren't like a bunch of depth. Like you knew who was good and who was bad and who was going to die and who wasn't. There weren't a ton of deaths, but after they swapped bodies, you knew exactly what characters were going to end up dying after you meet them. I did like how this was like a coming of age story for Millie because she was an underdog. Before they swapped bodies, she's like an underdog. No one knows who she is, or no one she's not noticed by many people. She's bullied by a lot of people, even the teachers. Gore, comedy, moments of suspense. There's a lot of plot holes. It's not the greatest movie, but it is fun. It is just something that you can just turn your brain off. And as long as you aren't someone who gets caught up on plot holes or caught up on plot or how the story progressed, this is not one of those movies where you worry about any of that. You just kind of like watch it and just like it for what it is. Would I recommend this movie? Yes, I definitely would. For people who love horror, for people who like comedies, for people who aren't the biggest horror fans or aren't into horror and maybe want to dip their toes in, I think this will be a good movie to start off with. Have you seen Freaky? Do you plan on watching Freaky? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, stay spoopy.